Hi, and welcome to Taking Care of Business. I'm your host, Julie Bissonette, and today we're recording from the Hunters Bay Radio Satellite Studio in Bracebridge. And joining me today is Lea Kane from Remax and the Kane team. Welcome, Lea.
Thanks, Julie. I'm really excited about being here today.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule because I know you're having a crazy summer.
It's been great, yeah.
Good. Now, I understand the Kane team, Lea Kane, and your husband, Paul, you've been in real estate since 2001.
That's true.
Yeah, so how did you get here? I mean, can you tell us that story?
Yeah, it's a good one, actually. Well, you know what? I'm not actually from Muskoka, but I moved up here and I found the calling to be here 20 years ago. I'm going to be honest. I'm 40. So 20 years ago, I thought, this is it. This is where I need to be because let's face it, we all agree Muskoka is beautiful. Mm-hmm. So I came up here in the tourism industry and I met Paul. He moved up to be in the bank industry and I was the first person he met in Huntsville. Okay. And so it didn't take long until we realized that, it was obvious that this is going to work for us, and it has since so that far. Day. Yeah. Absolutely. We're moving on to 18 years. Mm-hmm. So I was in the tourism industry, and then I went into marketing and public relations with the cable company. But since then, Cogeco Cable was purchasing Huntsville Cable. Mm-hmm. And so my job was essentially becoming obsolete, and I needed to decide what was my next step going to be. And it just seemed like a natural progression to be self-employed, to be in the customer service industry, to be in marketing, and just to make sure I stay in Muskoka. Mm-hmm. So we decided together to get our license to sell real estate together, and it just made sense 14 years ago that we made sure that we stayed here. And so basically that's it. We I don't know. We had success right from the get-go, pretty much. And then leading into most recently are the biggest things that have happened in our lives that we had a family. Right. So I would say it was in 2009 we finally conceived because we worked so long and so hard on that. So we did fertility treatments and whatnot. And you know what, real estate, while I was working still, of course, it wasn't necessarily on the forefront of my mind.
No,
right?
Raising a family was.
Well, right? It was even getting a family, and it didn't matter necessarily to us whether it was, conceived by us or we were adopted or whatever happens to be. Mm-hmm. So I was focused on that. We had 3 little girls, really healthy, sweet, darling little girls that are now 5.5. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a busy time.
It was, yeah. And so Paul, thankfully, he worked really hard on his own. I helped in the background, paperwork, support, emotional, yahoo, honey, And I got to stay home with the girls. So for 5 years, I was in yoga pants and a ponytail, no makeup on, and stepped sort of outside of the business spotlight.
So you've just come back into the real estate field then, obviously, if you were off for 5 years with the kids.
Yeah, you know what? Like hands-on, I came back. Mm-hmm. So they went to school for the first time, full day, of course, every day in September. Part of that, I'd been working a little bit, like I said, in the background, helping Paul, doing paperwork, whatever it happens to be. Mm-hmm. But gearing up for this September, coming back in September, it really started to build some excitement because, like I said, prior to that, it was very much a means to an end. I was working to work, and then we had our family, and then coming back this past September, it was really like, this is going to be great. How are we going to do this? Julie, it worked. Listen, in the past 6 months, in the first 6 months of this year, we have surpassed what was sold last year.
Oh my goodness, good for you.
So it just didn't happen by mistake. We made this happen.
So now, can you maybe tell us a bit of that, the process? I mean, the steps involved. How did you, how have you increased your sales by that much in the last 6 months? Was there obviously a step? You've got a background in marketing. Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit how you achieved that? Yeah.
Well, it's actually pretty simple. And what's I think, really valuable part for anybody listening out there, whether they're in business for themselves, in business for somebody else. I mean, it's really basic, and it can, it's not just for real estate. It's for any business. And it's just to create a basic business plan. Our business plan to relaunch essentially was a 5-step plan. It's very simple. The first one was, of course, just the relaunch. So we decided to focus on branding. We got professional photos done, new for sale signs, so to speak, new business cards. Now, what was important about this is that the real estate industry in our industry had changed in the 14 years that we've been in the industry. I remember 14 years ago, and you're going to remember this too. Remember, you would look for a house and you go to the realtor and you say, "Can I have that catalog, that special golden book that had that one black and white picture of the house?"
Yeah.
And like a little tiny blurb. Like we, in the time that I've been in this industry, we've gone from that to full-fledged MLS, like internet, everything. You know, when we started out, that just was, people were taking pictures with film still, you know, and you only got to...
it was non-existent.
It was, my gosh, yeah. So to go and to adjust and adapt to our field has been a little bit, not challenge, but you have to roll with it and you have to be adaptable. People, you know, 14 years ago were still signing offers on the hood of your car or handshake deal. You know what I mean? It was not like today. So what happened in the 5 years that I was gone, essentially, left that market, and I was staying at home with the kids? What's happened? Well, social media, you know, has exploded. In the past, you know, once in a while people would have a website one out. Guess what? That is imperative. It's imperative in anyone's business, not just in real estate. It's imperative because it goes from being my little tiny square business card on paper that I'm going to pass to you to you can go in there, check us out, see what we're about. It's not about necessarily marketing homes. It is. That's a great opportunity. It's an excellent platform to be able to show more information and help our clients sell their homes. But as a business person, it doesn't matter what you do. If you're selling buttons, you need to have an awesome website. And I'm not talking about flashy. Just be honest and earnest. Provide detailed information about yourself and what you do and some past experiences, and come from a place of contribution. It's really basic. Now that's a hard part. Creating a website. What do you do?
Yeah. And what do you include on the website?
I know.
To make it effective?
Oh my gosh, to come up with the content is so hard, you know, and balancing, trying to figure out leading up to, okay, doing the research. What company do I have host it? How much do I pay per month? What is an SEO, right? So search engine optimization. Is it worth it? Like, is it just one of those gimmicks? Like, I don't know. You just, you know, like it's one of those things that I know how to do a load of laundry. I know how to put the dirty clothes into the washing machine, close it, press the button. I don't know how the machine works, and I don't really care. I just want when it comes out to be clean. So that's the same sort of concept with when I was researching websites. Is it going to be an effective way to spend our money, to have somebody else do it? And then I want to know, how can I change it? Do I have to pay you every time we change? So these are all things as a business person going through my mind. I don't want to lose control of my business. I don't want to have somebody, for lack of better words, hijack my business and my plan.
Absolutely.
No, because really, like I have something in my mind. I want to be able to convey it to people. Right. Exactly. Yeah. And it be me, genuinely us, Paul and I, what we think, what we feel, and not just somebody else's like blurb about, you know, general, whatever they write. You know what I mean? It has to be true. Yeah. So it came down to it, and I was really trying to debate whether I hire somebody to do it or I do it myself. So in the end, I chose to do it myself. I wish that I hired somebody to do it. And I wish the person I hired was somebody that would sit beside me, lead me through it, teach me what to do, how to make changes, and let them send me free. Let them be my mummy bird so I can fly and be free and do a great job. Yeah.
So now do you have somebody else managing now?
No.
Oh, you still manage?
Well, I've managed. I've done it so far, and so I know how to do it. I am the best person to do it right now. For me.
Okay, we're just going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with Lea Kane from RE/MAX. Hi, and we're back with Lea Kane from RE/MAX. And Lea, just before the break, we were talking about the website that you developed for your business. And But obviously, your website is not the only thing that's contributed to your success. Your success.
Yes.
So, can you tell us a few other things that have added to that?
Well, yeah, part of the business plan that we created. I mean, the number 2 is really, it's pretty, again, really basic. Is you just offer your clients the best service and add value. Why not add value? So in my business, in my industry, as an example, I knew I was coming back into the workplace full force. I had been out for over 5 years, and during that time, I went out and was professionally trained in real estate photography and home staging. Now, it was great. Number one, I was feeling, you were filling little voids of business that I needed while I was gone. And not only did I learn more, I can offer these services for free to our clients. And the best part is that I, again, have control over my business. And that's really it. To have hired out a professional photographer, I don't have that control. And I don't mean to be like, I just want to make sure that my clients get the best. And I know that if I'm doing it the way I want it done, and it's going to be done right. And if my clients want something different, I can tweak it. I can make those changes. But if I'm asking and relying on other people, other home stagers to do, they don't have the same vision maybe that my client, or knows how to read them like I do.
Yeah. So that's really an added value to your service.
Yeah. And added value back to it, like things like we don't do open houses.
Okay. Now, tell me why. Because I see so many open houses all the time.
Oh my gosh, they're so much fun, aren't they? I love, like, who doesn't love going to a new community and like I've got a spare couple of hours, or let's do this before lunch and let's go in and peek around, because it's really just a form of entertainment. So in the 14 years Paul and I have been together in this industry, we've done one open house. That was the very beginning of our career. And we quickly realized that really, as a homeowner, just bake some cookies, invite your neighbors in, tell them feel free to open through your drawers and cupboards, like, cause that's all really it's about. Right. And it's about the value. So I feel like in my business, that we run, Paul and I have decided to run, this is our business plan, is that it's not an effective tool. It's for our clients. It's not fair. We want to be honest and upfront and say the best way to reach out to your client is to do it the right way, and that is not it. And then same with newspaper advertising. With as much as we rely on the internet and whatnot, that is where focused, honest, true, sincere buyers are looking. They're not glancing through the news. Again, such a fun thing to do,
it's
right?
It's more of a personal one-on-one service is what you really offer.
Absolutely. And, it's, again, you and I, if you head down to, like, say, Niagara and the lake, and I'm like, I always pick up real estate guides, and who doesn't? Because, gosh, it's so much fun just to see how much is value here, and it is a form of entertainment. And so, it's just not a way that we do business. And it comes down to our number 3 on our business plan list is know how to reach your customer base.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
So how do we?
So as realtors, we reach them, but that does it. So a lot of this will effectively work for your own business or anybody's business that's out there. So obviously, realtor.ca. Every listing that's on MLS is there. It's the same information. It's all compiled into one giant website, and it's a great search engine. It's great search possibilities. You almost don't need to go to all the different other websites, but no matter, you're still going to Google it, right? Yeah. You're still going to Google that you want to buy a house or a cottage. And, that's why Paul and I agree to share our listings with other companies so they can be part of that listing can be part of other people's websites as well. It doesn't matter to us who sells the house. We just want to help our client get sold, right? So we just want to achieve the end goal. Kijiji ads, instead of sifting through the newspaper, people search for homes, and it's an actual much more defined criteria, Social media, that's a good one. That's a big one.
So obviously you use that very effectively.
Yeah. But you know what? Everybody should in our industry. So social media, when I say social media, I'm talking about Facebook. Okay. So for us, we try to post a 3-to-1 ratio.
Okay. So can you explain that? Explain that to our listeners.
3-to-1 ratio. So you have to come from a place of contribution. We provide useful, interesting content original content. And again, it has to be contributing. So if you do that 3 times, then number 4, you can sell your business or yourself or whatever it happens to be. We all have those Facebook friends that are selling Scentsy or those 31 bags or whatever, and that's all they're choking your news feed with, Scentsy this and something. And I love, those are great products, but guess what? I'm unfollowing you because I can't, that's of no interest to me. So give me something else. I want to know, make it personal, because social media is about being social. It's about being personal. Let people in. Be honest. Can you
give an example of something that you do follow that would help promote your business as well?
So things that I follow or things that I post?
That you post.
Okay, so things that I post would be tips and ideas on, people right now have a lot of, they're afraid of painting out their kitchens. Those oak cupboards and oh my gosh, the honey oak and the
dated.
And holy cow. And it's so scary to paint wood because it is, because it seems so permanent, right? Yeah. But oh my gosh, just check out our website because literally there's so much information there. We've posted pictures and I do the research. And so it is information where people, that's a good example. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. So your website, I'm just going to
sure. Yeah.
Tell the listeners is kaneteam.ca.
Yeah.
And if you want to learn more about Lea's website, you can text the HBR Kia text line at 705-224-2527 and enter the keyword business. And you can find out more about the kaneteam.ca. So that's one way.
Yeah, that is. So and you know what? Learn a lot more because it's not just about real estate in there too. There are tips for everything. We even, as an example, we use Pinterest. So we have a business Pinterest account. So I've searched out different interesting things that might be of interest to potential clients and whatnot. So that's it's all, the research is already done for you, so to speak. So
now, so that's you're going through the steps of your business plan. Yeah. So one really important thing is retaining your clients. So how do you retain your clients?
Yeah, and it is hard, and it seems like you hope that people will just stay with you no matter what. But it's just about being there for other people. It's really, it comes down to it's hard, but it's a no-brainer. At least it shouldn't be if you're in a business. If you're offering a service or a product, it doesn't matter. Social media. So you pick one thing you're good at. I started out by doing it all. Oh my gosh, Julie, that is just insane. So, it was tweeting, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube. Oh my gosh, like Facebook. The list was huge.
That would take you all day.
And you know what? I was failing. I was failing, and you come off looking like a fool if you're doing everything sort of half in a way that it just isn't working. So we decided to focus heavily on choose one thing and be good at it. You don't have to be a master of everything. Choose one thing and be good at it. For Paul and I, we don't use any gimmicks. We don't hand out that keychain with the house on them and whatnot. Right. We actually instead we decide to provide back to our community.
Okay, so can you give me some examples of that?
Well, I guess the biggest example is that with every home that we sell, we donate part of our commission back, or not back to, but part of our commission to sick kids. And while we realize that's not directly here in Muskoka, we know so many families.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Yep. So many kids that have used the services and have had the comfort, and they've worked magic for so many Muskoka families. So when it came down to it, what do we do? That was the number one top choice. And we do other things too. Like we, as a team at Remax, our company in itself, we provide back to the community. We might rent out ice time, so for free community skates, or adopt a family at Christmas through the Salvation Army, or whatever it happens to be. And you know what's important as a business owner or a business person? Let people know. There's no shame and no harm in letting people know that you're doing good for other people. Oh, yeah. First of all, it's great public relations. And number two, it can be very how do you say? Other people see you. You're going to be a good leader, a good role model.
Well, it's credibility, integrity. You're doing good for the community.
But hopefully other people witness that and start doing the same as well. It becomes, contagious. How's that?
Yeah, and the pay it forward.
Exactly. They see, that Remax or Paul and Lea Kane, they're doing this. What can we do and it's not, you don't have to do anything big. It's just little things to give back.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, you've really, provided us a lot of different steps. So, what's some of the advice that you can give to people out there listening? I mean, you've really just kind of gone full force. You jumped right in. You've got 3 children.
Yes.
It sounds like you have you're keeping your life and work very balanced. So, what's your secret, Lea?
Oh, that last thing. Oh my gosh. You know what? There are many days where I am focused on other people's families, and that is great. That's what feeds me. What also feeds me is my own family. So there are nights when I'm spending long, long days at the office, and thank goodness my husband shares in the business and he can go home and take care of our children. But yeah, 9:00 at night when I come home after negotiating an offer, I have woken up a child. It's okay.
That's okay.
I have woken up a child and said, come with me. We need to cuddle because I need that time. Yeah. So I need to feed myself. I need to feed our marriage. I provide to other families. I provide to my family. And I am managing great and I'm loving it. That's the best part.
Good for you. Well, congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
And coming back into the real estate world full time.
It's awesome.
And you've done very well. So thank you for being on our show today. I really
it's been
appreciate
my pleasure,
it.
honestly.
And thanks for joining us today on Taking Care of Business. And if anybody has any ideas for the show, you can contact me at 705-646-5197.